There are a few reasons why some narcissists stick around like a level 5 clinger, so let's talk about them. Number 1, to make sure that you don't forget about them. One of the many fears a narcissist has is being forgotten about. Even if they don't want to be with you anymore, they also certainly don't want you moving on. They will pop into your life every so often, maybe heart a few photos on Instagram, try and reach out on Facebook. Normally, it's very low investment, passive-aggressive little moves made by somebody highly narcissistic. They may not even say anything to you. They just want to plant a little seed in your mind that, hey, I'm still around, don't forget about me. Maybe they want you to reach out to them. And doing this, they hope that it might work. Number 2, to check in. This pretty much goes hand in hand with the first one. They're curious and nosy, honestly, like we all are sometimes, especially if you've gone no contact and they can't get any information on what's going on with you. They want to see, are you happy? Are you miserable? Are you moving on? And this is where, when it comes to social media, you have to make the choice about what's right for you as far as blocking them or not. You may want to block this person and keep them blocked. You might want to leave your social media completely open and public for them. Again, this is your personal choice. This is all up to you. And you can do things however you want, as this is your life. However, I will say in the very beginning of no contact, I do think blocking this person is best until you can get a clear handle on what happened and maybe begin to feel a little bit better. Once you feel like maybe you can handle them possibly seeing what you're doing or them possibly popping up as somebody you might know on Facebook or suggested on Instagram, whatever the case may be. And to all of those who hesitate to block this person on social media, I know this is on some people's minds because sometimes I hear, well, if I block them, then it seems super obvious that I'm bothered by them, and then they're going to know that I'm upset about it. And I'm here to tell you that's not necessarily true. Although you might very well be hurt and triggered, and that is your reason for blocking. And of course, that's totally okay. But remember that blocking somebody on social media actually kills two birds with one stone. Yes, you are protecting yourself and you want to get that person off your mind and off your social media so you can heal, but you're also sending a very clear message to somebody highly narcissistic that says, no, you in fact do not get this access to me that you had before. You are not privy to knowing what is going on in my life anymore. As a matter of fact, I've deleted you from getting to know, what's going on in my life. But more to that, who cares what they think your reason is for blocking? This is an opinion that they're going to form all on their own anyway, and frankly, it's an opinion that you shouldn't put a whole lot of stock into. Who cares what they think about why you're doing anything? Bottom line, block if you want to and don't if you don't. Rant over, huge segue. Let's try to reel it back in. Number 3, they come back because they just want to see how you will react to them. If you ever get a random text message from this person and then you respond and they never say anything to you again, it was just one message from them, one message from you, and then boom, nothing, they ghost you. This is sometimes just a narcissist that is testing the waters, so to speak. This is where I have to really, really stress the importance of no contact. Sometimes narcissists are bored and they just drift in and see if you'll respond to them. It's a little tap on your shoulder that says, hey, are you still there? Will you still put up with my bullshit? So can I still consider you if I decide I want to go ahead and just do like a full-on hoover towards you? Will you accept that? Will you give me time, attention, words, etc.? Regardless of what you say, good or bad, it lets the narcissist know that you're going to give them something. Even if you say, hey, eat shit, you still took the time to send them that message. It lets the narcissist know that they can still piss you off. They still have control over your emotions. They can still get under your skin. And even if they do, that's normal. It's normal that they piss you off, but you don't have to show them that. As you're moving away and this relationship is over and you're moving forward with your life, you obviously have to validate your emotions. They're real. You have to figure out if you want to block or if you don't. But whatever you're choosing to do, keep it to yourself. Do not share with them, well, I'm blocking you, well, I'm unblocking you, and I'm going to say these nasty little passive aggressive things to you and get into a fight with you. Don't show them that they have any control over your emotions until they actually legitimately don't anymore. And getting away from somebody like this does not mean that all of a sudden, like I say, you have no thoughts or feelings or emotions, but never show it to a narcissist because they use it against you. Silence has a magnificent way of saying so many things by literally saying nothing at all. Take away the attention, the reaction, the supply, the responses, and I'll touch on that a little bit more in a second. If you want to talk about a narcissistic relationship that you feel that you are in, or maybe you were in, you can send an email to BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com to set up private chats and coaching with me if you feel you need it. Number 4, they want revenge. Some narcs come around and just try to throw things in your face or otherwise play games and disturb you. They'll go silent for months and then they'll call you and say you have something of theirs and they want it back. No, they don't. They want to start shit is what they want to do. They want to get you upset and riled up so that you have a fight, so they get some kind of rise out of you. Some of them can send you a message and then proceed to go, oh, oops, that wasn't for you. That's for my new girlfriend or my new boyfriend or whatever the case may be, just to try to shove it in your face that they have somebody new. They all have different kinds of things that they can say to try and get some revenge on you. Only you know best what the narcissistic person that's in your life will try to do as far as getting revenge goes. But know that some of them want it, some of them don't, and some of them try harder to get it than others. Number 5, they want to sabotage your new relationship. Some narcs pop in hoping for coffee and a slice of cake only when they heard through the grapevine or see on social media that you are dating again. And this goes back to the whole you're not allowed to move on thing that I talked about earlier in the video. Even if they don't want you, you are supposed to sit around and be devastated, miserable, and heartbroken until they decide to grace you with their presence once more. And to further add to revenge, they can hoover you back, get you back into a relationship with them, and then very quickly discard you, humiliate you, do whatever it is, and leave you. And it was done merely just because you decided to date somebody new and they didn't like it. Again, only you know how petty this person will truly be, so you'll have to kind of take that for what it's worth. A lot of the stuff I say is just a general blanket statement, and some highly narcissistic people will do certain things and some of them resort to other options. So only you truly know best, as you know this person obviously much better than me. Number 6, they come back around again because, frankly, they don't have any other supply. This is the most common reason that narcissists show their faces again. They don't have anything else good going on right now. Perhaps they discarded you, but maybe their new flavor of the month dumped them. Maybe they said, oh, wow, it's been a couple of months, but you seem really weird, like I'm out of here now. Or maybe it fell through and the narcissist realized, uh-oh, I didn't make a very good decision here. This isn't going to last very long. That's what happened to me, by the way. He thought he made the best decision ever. And then 3 months later, it was decided that he didn't. You maybe welcomed them to Dumpsville, let's say, and they got flustered and they didn't have a good source of supply to jump over to, like the parasites that they are. Truthfully, the list of why a narcissist will hoover and stick around and not leave you alone is really endless. The bottom line here, though, is attention. If they think you'll take them back, they will persist. If they think that you will argue with them, yell at them, give them 5 minutes of your time, stay friends with them, so on and so forth, they won't go away. Even if you do go no contact and you just put that into place flawlessly, some hang on and try to hoover for a very long time. But the fastest way to get them gone for good is by saying nothing at all. Nothing is always key. somebody gets bored after a while. They see that they're putting out effort and energy, as low investment as all of this might be. They're doing it and there's no reward for this. So they'll fuck on, and just kind of move on with whatever they're doing in time. Some narcs cling harder than others do. Again, I believe that has a lot to do with what other plentiful, useful resources do they have. Basically, do they have other people to abuse? If not, they're going to really go to work on you and try to keep you around. If they are a person who has friends, family, other romantic interests to pursue, co-workers, flying monkeys, they might try once or twice, and then more often than not, they're gone for good. I believe we find that the lonelier they are, the harder they cling, the harder they stay around. They won't, they're not just going to hurry up and dump you and leave the relationship. You're usually the one that has to walk away. Those are the ones that cling a little bit harder than some of the other ones do. Narcissists will hoover out of essentially loneliness and boredom. Even if they move on with somebody new, they can begin to hoover you, which only goes to show that they're already bored of their quote unquote new supply. And it's also quite obvious at that point, the new supply is definitely not new. They're quite old news. Narcissists get bored really, really fast. They need a romantic-y, whirlwindy, love bombing type of situation, or they need a yelling, screaming, Jerry Springer-esque style way of going about things. And they want one, the other, or both. But I promise you that's really it. If you want to know more about hoovering, I have videos on the screen for you. You can check out all my other videos and playlists that I have on my channel. I do have playlists that are geared towards certain aspects of abuse. I have a heal from abuse playlist, no contact awareness, and all that stuff. I highly encourage you to check those out. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.